What's on, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Ross, I like games, and today, if you're a fan of Keyforge, I've got very, very good news and very, very bad news. And I know a bunch of you have been asking me to do more Keyforge videos. I've done a couple lately, like the Wassy deck video that I was extremely happy about. The fact of the matter is, I told you that I would make Keyforge videos when we had Keyforge videos to talk about. And now we have Keyforge news, and it's very, very bad and very, very good. You see, a new article has gone and dropped on fantasyfightgames.com entitled Down, But Not Out, Update on the Future of Keyforge. And it is exactly what it says on the tin. The game is down. The game is not out. So here's what they say. Hello Keyforge fans, the past year and a half have been rough. The pandemic has not been kind to this game that we all love, and while we were able to give you some print and play content, there is no doubt that there has been a long wait between news and content releases, hence why I've not done as many videos. I told you. That was me, not them. Unfortunately, due to both the pandemic and another unseen complication, we have been unable to provide Keyforge with the amount of content it deserves, and we will not be able to do so for some time yet. That is the bad news. Not only is Keyforge not here, there is no new set. It's gonna be a while before there is. However, we refuse to give up. And that leads us into the very, very good news. Keyforge is a game that is dear to all of our hearts, so in order to give it a proper chance to shine again, we have decided to put the game on hiatus for the time being, with plans to relaunch the game with new life at a later date. They have not given us an indication of when that date is. I'm not even going to try and speculate. I have no idea how long it will take. The important thing is, it's happening. Some of you may wonder why we cannot simply relaunch the game now, and the answer is, we simply do not currently have the ability to make new decks. The unforeseen complication that we mentioned above is the fact that the deck building algorithm for Keyforge is broken and needs to be rebuilt from the ground up. This is neither an easy process nor a fast one, which is why the game will be on hiatus for a while. We wish we had better news in this regard, but the fact is that even if the pandemic was not a factor, we cannot currently generate any new decks. We ask for your continued patience as we work to rebuild a unique deck engine in preparation for the game's relaunch, and don't worry, all existing decks will still be valid and playable when the game relaunches. Now, I know there are all kinds of conspiracy theories about what happened to the algorithm. It could be something really simple. The new set introduces mechanics which are fundamentally incompatible with the old one. It could be that they are deciding to go back and fix inherent problems with the algorithm. It may be that even though it works, they're not happy with it, so they're building it from the ground up because they don't like it. It could be something nefarious, like an employee that left, took the algorithm or part of it, or broke it, or whatever. We don't know. There's no real point speculating. What's important is that is a reason why Keyforge is going on a hiatus. But they are rebuilding it, and they're coming back with the 6th set, Winds of Exchange. And this is what we should all be very happy about. This isn't just some vague, because look, we've all been there, right? Where a video game or a card game or a board game or whatever is like, oh yeah, no, totally man, yeah, we're going away for a while, but don't worry, we'll be back. And then they just quietly cancel it a few months later. If you don't intend to come back later, you do not drop an image of the 2-player starter set for Winds of Exchange. You just don't. That is not what you do. So the fact that they are coming here and going, hey, would you like to see the new set? That should pretty much be all of the proof that you need, basically, that this is real. Yes, it's going away. Yes, it's going on hiatus. No, that's obviously not a good thing. But the game is still here. And the game is not going for good. It is going on hiatus. And you know what? I'm cool with it. Like, I'd rather it didn't. I'd rather it stayed around. I'd rather we could have new Keyforge decks now, but that's not realistic. That's not what's on offer. So maybe rather than worry about what we can't have, we can worry about what we can have. And that is a 6th set is coming. Now, you may notice, as I have, and I'm sure this is not an unforeseen consequence, that the image they have provided just so happens to show us the side of the box, which shows us the 7 house symbols. And there are some very interesting things here, not least of which is a brand new house. Now, we have been told that it is Asian-themed traders, and the name is unknown. Thank you to John Frederick Pom for reminding me about that one. So there is going to be a new house. And again, we're not just talking some random cobbled-together set. We're talking about a new set with a new house, which is actually completely developed. We'll get to that in a moment. And this is very cool. Now, at this stage, I need to give a massive shout-out to Archon Arcana, because they actually have this fantastic graphic, which I was going to try and make myself until I realised they'd already done it probably better than I would. And this shows the houses that have been in all of the 5 sets up to date. So what's happening with this 6th set? Well, Dis, unfortunately, are still out. They lasted for the first 4 sets, but Dis are out. They are not in the set. But we have the return of 2 houses. Brobnar are coming back after taking Mass Mutation and Dark Tidings off. I'm not terribly excited, if I'm honest with you. I'm not a huge Brobnar fan. They've never been my favourite house. But Mars are coming back, and we needed Mars back, right? Mars were the most ignored of the original houses. There were originally 7 houses in Keyforge, and every other house has been in at least 4 sets, except Brobnar, which has been in 3, and Mars had only ever been in 2. So Mars coming back for me is amazing. But obviously, we can't have every house in there. We started off in Call of the Archons with 7 houses, and then in Worlds Collide, we added in the Saurian Republic and the Grand Star Alliance, and in Dark Tidings, we added in Unfathomable. That makes 10 houses. But we're adding in another house here. That makes 11 houses. So we're going to be missing 4 from every set. Now, Dis are unfortunately still out. They were out last time, they're out this time. But we're also saying goodbye. Remember, not forever. You can see from the graphic sets come and go. But we are saying goodbye to Logos, Shadows, and Untamed, which is actually kind of interesting because they are, well, the originals. Those all 3 who have been in all of the 5 sets so far. They are the only houses that have been in every set so far. So honestly, right, if you were making a prediction, you'd probably guess that they were going to be out because they've been in every set so far. And that's gutting because I love Logos, I love Untamed, I don't love Shadows, but they're super interesting. And I know a lot of people do, so yeah. This is a big shake-up. One thing that is interesting to note, of the 7 houses in the new set, 4 of them are the houses which have been added since the beginning of the game, and 2 of them are returning houses, so that's kind of interesting to me, if I'm honest with you. So that's what we know of Winds of Exchange. I'm not going to get into predictions about the set. The only information we have is about the list of houses, which I've shared with you. And that's about it, if I'm honest with you. But then we get to the other piece of news, which a lot of people have misread. This set adds a lot of new content for the game, and the best part is the set is already completely developed. In fact, if the algorithm was not broken, the set would already be well on its way to stores this fall. This means that when we do relaunch Keyforge in the future, Wind of Exchange will be ready to produce and hit store shelves. In other exciting news, we very much hope and intend to launch a digital version of Keyforge, courtesy of our friends at Stainless Games, who made Jewels of the Planewalkers. This exciting new project is currently in discussion, and we are so delighted that we simply had to share this snippet of incredible news with all Keyforge fans. An awful lot of people have been saying they are relaunching Keyforge with a digital version. That is not what the article says. The article says they're relaunching when they can, with a new set, Winds of Exchange, And the article says, we hope and intend to launch a digital version of Keyforge. They do not give us any kind of timeline, and they do not say it is going to be with the relaunch. From a practical standpoint, if we look at what they actually said, it's in discussion right now. Currently in discussion. Which means that it is likely that development has not properly started yet, and I don't know what's going on here, okay? It may well be that they have a half-completed version that was made by another company, because there have been rumblings of a digital client for a long time, since the game's inception. So it may well be that they have an older version from which to work. But if they don't, and they're in discussions, we are realistically at least a year or two away from some kind of beta for an online client. So those people, and I've already seen a lot of people saying it's launching with an online client. It might be. I'm not telling you it isn't. But I absolutely am telling you that that is not what the article said. The article said, we very much hope and intend to launch a digital version of Keyforge. It does not say with the relaunch, and I've seen a bunch of people already, and I've jumped on this news quick because I'm excited about it. Well, kind of excited, kind of gutted, depends how you look at it. But it's really important to note they have not confirmed it's relaunching with the digital client, and a lot of people are saying that, and that is unfortunately erroneous. So if we take that all together, what are the talking points? Keyforge is officially on hiatus. Realistically, it's going to be a while before we hear anything else. It is being relaunched. There is a new set coming. All your old decks will work. And there is an online client planned, though a time frame has not currently been given. Obviously, the fact that it's on hiatus and we don't actually know sucks. That's rubbish. We don't like this. However, let's face it, for the past year or so, we've all been worried about the future of Keyforge. Keyforge has been exhibiting all of the signs of a failing game. Tournaments, and okay, I know we've been in a damn panic, but other games have been doing tournaments in other ways. We've not seen new releases, we've only seen Dark Tidings, and that was both late and then followed by a big period of silence. We've seen a lack of communication from the company, who just really haven't had much to say, as we know, and these are all the signs of a game which is failing. But now they're turning around and going, okay, look, it's not perfect, but here's the deal, and now it all makes sense. And it's not phenomenal news, it's not unqualified great news, but the fact that it's coming back with a new set and an online client, yeah, count me in, ladies and gentlemen. Count me in. So there we go. I told you when there was a Keyforge update, I would share it. We finally have some Keyforge news, and it looks like it's going to be a while before we're talking about Keyforge regularly again. But for any of you asking out there, no, I've not forgotten about Keyforge. No, I've not fallen out of love with Keyforge. There's just been almost nothing going on. But hopefully, at some point in the not too distant future, there will be again. For now, ladies and gentlemen, I want to know what you think about this news. I want to know how excited / worried you are. So let me know in the comment section. Go nuts. Be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at @TheWasi. That's where we talk about all kinds of card games and hopefully increasingly Keyforge. And do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCGradio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all kinds of fun things. But by far the most important thing as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching Wasi Plays.